Hey everyone, Deej here. We've got some exciting news. November 16th, 2024, we are headed to the DuBois SuperCon. That's right, we'll be setting up shop at the DuBois Alliance Fellowship Hall at 1004 South Main Street, DuBois, Pennsylvania, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We would love to see you there. If you're a fan of comic books, toys, original art, video games, or cosplay, this is the event for you. And guess what? Admission is totally free. So why not come out and join us for a day packed with fun, fandom, and a whole lot of geeky goodness. Make sure to swing by our table, the Ineffably Sublime. Just look for me and Mitch's head on our little banner where you can meet us in person. Grab some exclusive Ineffably Sublime merch and maybe even be a part of a live recording. Be sure to check the website out. That's DuBois, SuperCon, and SwapMeet.org for all the latest updates, or you can find them on Facebook. So, mark your calendars, November 16th, DuBois SuperCon. We will see you there.
In the realm of the strange and the absurd, where Bubs and Spuds and the Gamble roam and explore, a podcast so unique, it'll blow your mind. Welcome to the world of the Ineffably Sublime. They delve into the depths of the unknown, where the spirit of the woodpecker has grown, unraveling mysteries, pushing all the boundaries. Bingo McDonald, a host with eccentric tendencies. Step into the realm of the ineffably sublime, where the peculiar, bizarre intertwine. Join the journey as they unravel the tapestry of life's enigmas and endless possibilities.
What is going on, Sublime Squad? Thank you for joining us for another fine edition of your favorite podcast, Ineffably Sublime. I'm Deej, as always, and with me is Spuds motherfucking McGamble. What's going on, Spuds?
Not much. How's it going?
Spudolini Alfredo.
Ooh, bubblicious.
Ooh, bubblicious.
Hubba bubba.
Call me. What about I want you to start calling me Big League Chew.
I think I can remember that.
Big League Chew.
Big League Chew. I love Big League Chew.
Fuck yeah, dude. Big League Chew is the shit.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget whenever I discovered that they had a grape flavored one.
Oh, the grape is fantastic.
Fuck yeah, it's fantastic. It's so good.
Yeah,
Well, Hubba Bubba. Is it Hubba Bubba? They used to have one. It was LeBron James, not LeBron James flavored, but it was
I was gonna say, what would that taste like?
It was LeBron James cherry lemonade.
That might not be.
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it was so good. Yeah. And not only that, but I want to say this about in regard to Hubba Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the only kind of thing I can ever eat in the world that is as intensely cotton candy flavored as that.
Really?
The cotton candy bubblegum is fucking fabulous.
It's very good. I remember when it first, I think I remember when it first came out. I remember the first time I had it. I'll put it that way.
Right.
And it was just ridiculously good.
It's so I don't know what it is. Like when things are artificially flavored cotton candy, it just weirds me out because there's nothing to cotton candy. It's just sugar.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's flavored a little bit. Sure. You know what I mean? I'm sure you could get like a light blueberry or a light, like a cherry flavor cotton candy, whatever. That's fine. But it's so cotton candy is not even half as intensely flavored as cotton candy flavored things.
Yeah, that is very true. Very true.
So when I have a cotton candy flavored item, I'm like, whew, that is too much.
Yeah. Yeah, but cotton candy's just a nice, perfect balance of flavor.
Yeah, it's great. I will
Yeah.
always eat cotton candy. It doesn't bother me at all. But that cotton candy Hubba Bubba, that's a whole different story. Or Bubblicious, whatever the fuck it is. It's delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is that Hubba Bubba or is it Bubblicious? Or is it the same? Is that the same thing?
I want to say it's Bubblicious.
Okay.
I'm envisioning the pack in my head.
Yeah.
And doesn't it have like a duck on it? Like Mother Goose or Father
Oh.
Goose or Conductor Duck or...
Wow. I do not know.
I thought it had a duck on it.
Okay, Hubba Bubba. Oh, it's like a goose.
Okay, cool.
That's Bubble Yum.
Bubble Yum.
Bubble Yum. Hubba Bubba looks like it has nothing. That's Hubba Bubba Max. But Bubble Yum has a goose with oh my god, it's like a punk rock goose. It's got like spiked hair. It's got a nose ring.
Well, that just goes to show you how much I've paid attention. I thought it was a conductor.
Close enough.
Well, ain't that some shit?
Let's see.
Now,
Bubblicious. So Bubblicious. Yeah, Bubblicious just has... Oh no, Bubblicious has a cat. Oh no, on Strawberry Smash it has a cat on it. Oh, there's the LeBron James right there. Look at that.
yeah, LeBron James Lightning Lemon. That shit was delicious.
So Bubblicious and Hubba... See, for some reason I thought those two were almost the same thing. That Hubba Bubba and Bubblicious were the same, but I guess not. And then Bubble Yum is different too.
Yeah, I forgot all about bubblegum.
Well, some of these gums. Bazooka.
So Hubba Bubba makes bubble tape.
Okay. Well, no, see, I got a Hubba Bubba that looked just like regular. Looked like
Well, yeah, they
square.
also make regular too.
Yeah.
But they're the masterminds behind bubble tape.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, there's the Hubba Bubba bubble tape.
Ooh, bubble tape, blue raspberry sour bubble tape was fucking good too.
Had me till sour.
You're not a sour guy, are you?
I am not a sour guy.
That's right. You're one of the nicest males I've ever met.
Aw.
I don't know
That's
why
so
I said
sweet.
males.
I don't either. Oh.
You're one of the nicest males I've ever met.
You're a fantastic human being.
Well, that's not that bad, but yeah.
No, that really isn't.
It would be weirder if you said like, "What? Mitch is a fantastic human male."
Homo sapien.
Homo sapien male.
Oh my gosh.
Homo erectus. Homo erectus male.
How can you see that from here? Oh, you're talking something else. Never mind.
Wait, what? Oh,
What?
I was so fucking confused for a second. Oh man.
That is some good stuff right there, man. Ugh.
Well, guys, that's it for today's show. See you next. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, let's see. Our news story of the week. Amanda found us another one because she's fucking on it.
I love the picture of this.
Yeah, this maybe won't be as bizarre as last week's. However, we haven't read the story yet, so we don't know. But last week we were breathing through our buttholes.
Yep. Just stick some air in your asshole.
Save a life. Grab your fire bellows.
You're
save
good.
a life. Yeah.
The New York Post is being a real dick to me right now.
Yeah, there's so many ads.
Yeah, man. That is... Come on. I can't wait till the elections are over. Good Lord, all these freaking pop-ups for all these different goddamn election people.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I think I'm good to go now.
All right.
So we got... Nope. No, I'm not good to go. I'm still flopping all over the place here.
Are you on your phone looking at it?
No, I'm on my computer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's... See, I'm getting this thing about P. Diddy and his arrest. That dude's
Yeah, I
fucked.
saw that. Yeah, he is.
God Lord.
Well, how about this? I'll read the headline while you get yourself gathered here.
How about we do that? Yes.
Okay, so the headline it's from September 16th, 2024. It's by SWNS, whoever the fuck that is. It's nudist pals, so friends, nudist friends
I
take
guess.
naked. Yeah, they take naked 6-day tandem bike trips across England, and one lady even thanked them.
Hmm.
So my biggest concern here, right off the bat, okay, you got two naked individuals
Yep.
on a
They're just
tandem
friends.
bicycle. Yeah, just
And they're just friends.
platonic friends
Yes.
on a tandem bicycle.
Yeah.
Okay, just picture this if you will. The tandem bicycle is blue. Okay, it's an electric blue. This bitch has a weird looking tattoo going down the side of her leg.
Yeah. It looks like she just said, you know what, just draw a straight line down my leg.
It says something, I just can't tell.
Enter here.
And is that shut up?
No.
That's funny. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So my biggest concern here is the bicycle seat. Their naked asses are on these bike seats.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but as a man, I know that bike seat's got shit on it at least once or twice a day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't want that thing better be Lysoled heavily.
Yeah. And this other seat here, I'm sure that the women's seat also has something on it.
Well, yeah. I got a lot of problems with this. I mean,
It's
they look
pretty fucking
they
weird.
look very happy, but okay, so another thing is you're biking, so you're gonna be sweating. So this dude's probably got some swamp ass going, and it's probably that she's probably smelling straight ass after about what, 10 miles?
I would say even less than that.
Yeah. I mean, and her hands are pretty close to his ass cheeks too.
Have you ever ridden a tandem bike?
I never have.
It
I
is
hear
not
they're hard.
easy.
Yeah, I've heard they're very difficult.
Yeah, it is not easy in the slightest. I've ridden them and they're hard as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, hopefully the dude's wiener doesn't get stuck on the spokes or anything.
Well, I mean,
it'd have to be a long ding dong, but still.
this isn't the Titanic tallywhacker we're talking about here.
No, it definitely is not, but still. I don't know. I would not want to be the one in the back of the tandem. Because that's all she's gonna see is his backside. She's gonna be looking at his ass crack the whole time. And she's gonna be smelling like him.
Yeah. It's
Like,
awfully weird.
yeah. I mean,
Now,
they just look way too happy to be doing this.
I'm concerned, like, speaking of his wiener, his balls are probably in the way. Oh, look, okay, look at the next thing here.
Okay. She's got fanny packs covering her boobies.
She does.
That's smart. And he's got that bike helmet strategically placed.
Now, let's see here. I need to be able to zoom in because that's the downfall of being on your computer.
Yeah. Are we zooming in on her and her boobs, or what are we
No,
zooming in on? Oh.
I'm trying to zoom in on their bike there.
You wanna see if there's any, like, ass shrapnel on there or anything.
No, I'm looking at her. Look at the bike seat that she's got on there. It's got like a
Oh, it's
looks
ribbed
like
for her pleasure.
I wouldn't say it's ribbed, but it's definitely got like a Sherpa.
It looks like, yeah, what the hell is that?
And then this guy over here on his seat, which
What's that
is
thing?
literally, it looks like a rubber band.
Yeah, what's that thing hanging off to the side? That blue thing. Oh, like, there's that thing on the seat.
That's at the handlebar.
Right by where he would sit. The blue.
Yeah, that's the handlebar for the back rider.
Oh, that's what she's holding on to. That's right. Okay. Because I did say that she was gonna be really a little too close for comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying. It
there's
won't let me zoom in worth a bastard. New York
But
Post is not very Oh, well, there's another picture of their asses. I don't get it, man. I don't. So I guess let's see what they're okay. So I guess we need to really read what they're doing here. We're
Oh, yeah,
focusing on the pictures.
we're giving our thoughts on the okay. So
Yeah.
two pals. I hate the word pal.
Yeah.
Like if I say hey to you walking by at work, hey pal, what's up? Or that he's my pal. That's totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're referring to two people in a story, you don't say two pals.
Two pals. Yeah.
That's fucking weird, okay? But for the sake of this article, that's what we're saying.
Hmm.
Two pals are causing a stir while completing a 6-day tandem bike ride, both completely naked. Now, this guy is aptly named Neil Cox.
Yeah.
Okay, Cox. He's 36, and his friend Jay Antic. Oh, she's
That-
up to some fucking antics.
She is.
She's 25. They set off on Saturday on a naked 260-mile journey from Gloucester to Land's End, Cornwall. Okay, that part doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The pair are both naturists, meaning they like to spend time in the nude. And they wanted to see some natural beauty across the land of England, southwest England. Neil and Jay have cycled naked through Gloucester to Bristol, taken a trip to Mendips, and stopped off in Glastonbury.
Well, you got to if you're going that way. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a no-brainer.
So, you want me to keep reading, or do you feel like you can?
Now you keep reading on account of my coughing still being a bitch.
I got you. Okay, so the pair have spent some nights camping and others in hotels or B&Bs, and even took some nude trips out shopping or to drink at bars. Well, what the fuck, dude?
See, that's just weird.
How is that even allowed?
Yeah, if you want to be a nudist, fine, but if you're going to a bar or you're going shopping, just put some fucking clothes on.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
Now they're in Cornwall. Whenever this article came out a couple days ago, they're on the last leg of their cycle, and they say the response to them so far has been overwhelmingly positive. Neil Cox, who's a finance worker, said we did a ride down to Land's End in 2022 and raised $5,000 and euros. And it's time. This time it's more for enjoyment. So they're just doing it. What the fuck, dude? Like
They
what?
just like to do it just for fun, I guess.
Let's
be
just
naked.
Go biking naked.
I don't get it, man.
Do you like being naked? I don't love being naked.
No, I don't walk around flopping in the wind. No.
It's just not comfortable.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I would not be even close to be like a nudist of any sort.
I mean, just generally speaking, if you're home alone,
no, that's still a no.
Yeah, like at the very bare minimum, and I'm saying I will walk across my house in boxers to get clothing on the other side of the house. That's about it.
Yeah. Yep.
But like I told you before, I sleep with socks on. I only sleep in undies and socks. I can't have a shirt on when I'm sleeping. It drives me nuts.
Oh, see, I'm shirt and shorts. And no socks. I can't do socks when I'm sleeping. But if it's cold, then I got like my little pajama pants. But I'm always a t-shirt and shorts at least. Very occasionally I'll do t-shirt and boxers.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I can't just walk around naked. Like
No,
let alone
can't
live naked. That's weird.
Yeah, I can't either. Some people just have no problems at all strutting around the house with nothing on. More power to them, but I ain't that guy.
Yeah. Huh. It says we're not far from the end now. We've had varied responses. People on social media always have opinions, but we haven't had many negative reactions. People in Glastonbury were overly positive. It was overwhelming. In Bristol, people had a casual indifference. What the fuck? There were times I was worried about negative reaction. Yeah, so
Huh.
wild. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of them just saying random stuff about where they went and things like that. But yeah, that's what's going on out there.
Yeah. So the first time they did it was for like a charity, I guess, and now they're just doing it. I
Yeah.
guess is what we're getting here. Okay.
So let's see. Others jump to the defense. Yada yada yada. Neil explained their naturism isn't supposed to offend anyone. It's a natural way of living. He said, I don't think naked bodies are bad or dangerous. It's not a sexual thing. I have a girlfriend of 10 years and she's completely comfortable with me going on trips with other women because she knows it's a wholesome thing and that there's nothing going on.
Mm, nah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there isn't, because you guys just got to be in a different. Your mind is in a different mindset if this is the life that you live. So I guess, but I don't know. It's just very odd.
It
But
is
you know
odd.
what? If they're comfortable with that, then more power to them. Who am I to judge?
Right. Well, whatever. As I say,
Yeah.
what
Ooh, she doesn't look too bad from the backside there. Huh. I mean, she is 25. She's, damn. Man, this is a long ass article. There's a lot of
it is.
talking about yeah, about just being about a naked bike rider.
Yeah, it's
But
totally weird and random, but I'm
yeah.
I'm good on it if you are.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, I'll be checking her out a little bit more here a little bit later, but no, I'm kidding. I'm kind of kidding.
I'm kind of kidding. Okay. So today we're talking about we thought it would be fun to graze the subject of science doesn't know why blank blank blank.
Yeah.
Um we have a few things here. Looks like what's let's see here. That's
You want to
20.
do you want to do mental floss first?
Yeah, we'll do 12 common things science still hasn't figured out.
Yeah. And let's see. We got number one is why we cry. So some of us tear up watching a sad movie. Sometimes we're so happy that we burst into tears. But according to science, crying in response to intense emotions doesn't seem to be a useful behavior, and it might not have a biological purpose. What science does know is that not all tears are created equal. The chemical composition of the tears produced when we cry, which are called psychic tears, is slightly different from the composition of the tears that lubricate, that help expel foreign bodies from the eyes. This has led some to theorize that the chemical makeup of psychic tears makes them emotionally healing, but evidence showing that the chemical indifference have substantial psychological effects, let alone that such effects explain why crying evolved, is lacking.
Also, too, I think if I'm not mistaken, we cry out of different areas of our eyes based on where like what we're
Oh,
crying for.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like if
Huh.
your eyes are watering, they come out of
Uh,
the
uh,
sides of your eyes.
okay. But then if you're crying about being sad, then it comes out of different ducts.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
different, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Which would
Also,
mean that the chemical composition would be different.
yeah. So here's another part. Some evolutionary psychologists think that crying may have evolved as a distress call that brings help. In 2009, one researcher suggested that tears may signal submission and helplessness by blurring vision, which prompts others to aid, or at least not harm, the crier. But other researchers have pointed out that we often cry after a stressful situation has resolved, not while it's in progress, and we need to signal for help. It's also typical for people to avoid crying publicly and look unfavorably on those who do. In any case, these hypotheses, like most evolutionary psychology, are difficult to test. Huh. Yeah,
So that
I never really thought of that,
why we cry? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I never really
It's
I never
just a
really thought about, like, that it doesn't serve a biological purpose.
yeah, I never thought of it to be like how this one person said that it's a it may signal submission and helplessness. I just I don't know, I just always just considered that just a natural thing.
I mean,
But yeah, I mean, like,
we're all animals at our core.
yeah. Yeah, and just like crying is just but yeah, I guess if you want to go sciency, like why? And there's different types of crying and yeah. It's odd. It's very odd. So that
It
that
is.
makes sense. Yeah.
This whole episode is basically unsolved mysteries. It's an episode of
Mhm.
unsolved. We don't know why we do this stuff. There is no
Yeah. Yep.
whatever.
It's
But
just
number 2 is how to cure hiccups. So everybody's got a way to cure hiccups. I've heard hundreds of them
mhm.
growing up. What were you told?
Either hold the breath or chug the water. Or
Not
somebody scare you.
not at the
That's
same time.
no, not at the same time.
See, my mom always told me to hold breath and chug water at the same time.
Oh, no. No, it was either one or the other. Yeah, it was either hold your breath or, yeah, like I said, drink water or have somebody try to scare you.
And then I recently heard, now this one is literally fucking ridiculous sounding. I don't know if I told you this or not, but this was about a year ago. I heard genuine. This is genuine and not just bullshit. People believe this.
Mhm.
Okay, if you have the hiccups and you close your eyes and you genuinely believe and convince yourself and tell yourself, I am not a fish, you will stop.
I have you tried it?
Yeah, I don't remember if it worked or not.
Oh, okay.
But
You think
regardless, there's some kind of science behind that, and that involves the fact that fish hiccup, and that people believe that we evolved from fish, and that if you convince yourself that you're not one, you'll stop hiccuping.
mm,
But let's read the article.
yeah,
Maybe you hold your breath, maybe you chug water. Unfortunately, nothing has been found to reliably eliminate hiccups. Now, I do remember one time this worked. I was younger. I was in high school, 11th grade, and I had the hiccups. And my buddy looked at me. Apparently, I was annoying him because when I have the hiccups, I go through like the stages of grief. Like I get them, and I'm like, first I'm indifferent. I'm like, whatever. And secondly, I absolutely hate everything.
Uh-huh.
And then
Oh, yeah.
thirdly, I laugh my ass off,
Oh,
and I
that's a
can't stop
weird
laughing. Yeah,
stage.
it is a weird one. But anyway, apparently I was annoying my friend. He was sitting right next to me, and I said, "I'm sorry, I can't get rid of these hiccups." He goes, "I want you to sit." He goes, "I want you to tell me when you're about to hiccup," and that took him away.
Huh. That's almost like a sneeze in a
Yeah,
way. Like if you start thinking like right before a sneeze sometimes, then it or if you see somebody like if I see somebody staring at me when I get ready to sneeze, I clam up and then I don't sneeze.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think of that one.
So, where did I leave off here? How to reliably eliminate hiccups. Despite the overwhelming number of folk remedies on the internet, this sad state of affairs is likely due to insufficient research. Serious cases of hiccups are rare, and the mild cases are brief and don't usually cause problems. I actually knew a guy who had hiccups for like 4 months straight.
Oh, that would be awful.
Yeah. And I said, "Oh wow." I said, "Did you go to the doctor?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "And whatever came of it?" And his answer was as simple as, "I don't know. I think I'm just fucked." That's what he told me. I was like, "Okay."
But they did eventually go away then.
Yeah.
Wow. I couldn't imagine having the hiccup because I'm like I hit yours 2 stages where it's like, all right, I got the hiccups too. All right, this is really pissing me off. And that's about, I don't know, 20 seconds in. 30
Yeah.
seconds in is when I start getting mad. So I couldn't even imagine
Have you ever
4
given
months.
yourself the hiccups while trying to clear your throat?
No,
Oh, it happens to me a lot.
really.
Yeah, like it might even happen, say tonight when we're running almond in the building when they're
Mhm.
batching it or whatever. My throat gets a little weird and I have to clear it constantly, and it always happens. I'll clear it too much and I'll give myself hiccups somehow.
Oh, you got a weird body.
Yeah, I know. I'm a weird
Uh,
guy. Anyway, let's see. Serious cases of hiccups are rare, and the mild cases are brief and don't usually cause problems. Most of the treatments for severe cases of hiccups, doses of sedating, antipsychotics, haloperidol, vagus nerve stimulation, digital rectal massage. What the fuck?
wow.
What is digital rectal
I
massage?
believe that's using your finger.
Digital?
Yeah,
Oh,
for digits. Yeah.
what the fuck, bro?
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh my
So they
god.
want you to tickle your butthole, basically.
What the hell? That's a hyperlink. What
If you
I'm
start
afraid to
doing
click
that
it.
if you start doing that at work, I'm gonna get pissed.
Termination of intraceable hiccups with digital rectal massage. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
hopefully there's no, pictures on this.
No, there
Okay. Here's
anyway.
here's
Oh,
where
go
you
ahead.
wanna use your finger. A lot of anus talk these last couple shows.
I mean, it's part of the body.
Yeah. Now, which nerve is the vagus nerve? Vagus nerve stimulation. The vagus
Yeah,
nerve, how would you stimulate the vagus nerve?
it
Let's
prevents
see, the vagus
inflammation,
nerves helps you make memories. I don't know.
helps you breathe, controls your heart rate.
Wow. Digital rectal massage. That's just not right. I wonder if it was the same Japanese scientist that did the breathing through the anus is also did the if you massage your rectum, then you might get rid of your hiccups. Those those Japs are crazy bastards.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All right.
Alright, yeah, so number 3, how general anesthesia works. As you're rolling into surgery, you probably assume that your doctors not only know how to perform the procedure, but understand how the drugs that knock you out actually do so. But you'd be wrong. Scientists do know that local anesthetics like Novocaine block pain signals before they reach the central nervous system by altering the function of specific proteins on nerve cells. But the molecular basis of general anesthesia is more of a mystery. These drugs seem to interfere with the functions of a variety of proteins on nerve cells in the central nervous system, but how they accomplish this is not well understood. General anesthetics come in a variety of types, and they likely don't all work the same way. So having them work, blah, 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 is a challenge. Huh.
so,
I feel like you told me this.
yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah, I feel like this is something that you said, and I called bullshit,
Yeah,
but
they
I
don't
guess
know. They have
not.
no fucking
Yeah, that
clue,
is wild.
which is scary.
Yeah. I still remember, here's a story. Back in when I was doing my internship for physical therapy, I was at the hospital doesn't exist anymore. It was called Bon Secours Hospital in Altoona. That's where I did my internship, and there was I got to go in and see a hip replacement surgery, which was pretty cool. So they had me standing up by the patient's head because it was her right hip. So she was laying on her left side, of course. So she's knocked out, blah, blah, blah. I'm watching them cut through her leg and they're sawing her bone off, and it's just wild stuff. I look down and this bitch is looking at me. And I'm like, whoa. So there was a nurse right next to me, and I think something's wrong. She's like, what? I said, look at her. I said, she's looking at me. She's like, "No, she's fine." I'm like, "Are you sure?" I said, "'Cause we are, like, locking eyes hard right now." I'm like, what if this is one of those you hear those stories about people getting knocked out, but they can still feel everything?
Oh,
I'm like
yeah.
I'm like, what if this is it?" She's like, "She's fine." She's like, "Just some people, when they're out, their eyes will open up." And I'm like, "Well, this is creeping me out." I'm like, "I don't think I can stay in here very much longer." And
Dude,
then
that's crazy.
yeah, so then I focused more on the surgery. Then after like a minute or so, I looked down and then her eyes were closed, but that was freaking. I even told her, uh, it was like 2 days later when she came down for therapy. I said, "You freaked me out." And she's like, "Why?" And I said, "Your eyes were hanging wide open." I said, "We were like staring at each other." And I said, "It scared the shit out of me." She's like, "Meh." She's like, "I don't remember any of it." I'm like, "Well, that's good."
I mean, yeah, I don't anesthesia is wild. I'm not a fan of I fucking hate Novocaine.
Uh-huh.
Like, I hate just
You
the
hate the
feeling of being
feeling, or do you
numb.
hate all of it, or do you hate the shot in your mouth
I
too?
don't like the taste, I don't like the shot, I don't
Yeah.
like the numbness. Um, I get more nervous about that than I do the pain.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't mind getting dental work done, but I don't like Novocaine. I think it sucks, but I
Yeah.
will take it. Um,
Oh, I tell them to shoot me up as much as they have to.
I know, I just
Said
the come down from it is the worst.
yeah, it is
Like,
a little
when you're right in between, like, getting your feeling back and it's still kinda numb,
mm,
I hate that.
yeah. I don't
More
mind
than
it.
anything. I
Yeah.
don't like it. I can't do it. But that and then general anesthesia, like, I know I told you this when I had my hand surgery, um, I was right in the middle of doing my What Came Up podcast, so I was constantly, like, learning new things, like, about the necktie and trash cans and all that shit, and I was coming out of general anesthesia, and I don't even remember I was already talking, that's when I came to.
Oh my.
When I, like, the farthest back I can remember, I was having a full-blown conversation with the nurse.
Oh my
And I just
god.
kept talking, and I remember being like, "What the fuck am I talking about?" And she's like, "You've been talking for 20 minutes." I'm like, "Fucking what?" Like, I
Jesus.
don't remember that shit at all. Like,
Uh,
that was the scariest part was just, like, I was consciously talking
yeah,
and unconsciously not remembering.
yeah. Well, that's you see all those videos on TikTok of the people that had, like, the wisdom teeth and all that, they come out and the stuff they say, it's hilarious. And
Oh,
and
man,
like you
my
said, they don't remember any of that shit.
have you I need to s I need to send you a video of the have you ever seen the brother and sister? It's a very viral. It was an older story, but the brother and sister that got, their wisdom teeth pulled at the same time.
I'm pretty positive I've seen this one.
I love the one kid when he's describing what happened, he's like, "They took a sword and they
Oh, yes.
shoved it in my arm." A sword.
Oh, some of them are hilarious. Yeah, I do remember that one. I like the
And
one where there's a girl looking at her mom and she's like, "I just" how'd she say it? She's like, "I just shadootied myself." And the was like, "What?" She's like, "I just sugar daddied myself," or something. And well, she's like, "I don't know what you mean." She's like, "I think I shit myself." And then she said it really loud.
man. Now
Oh,
I mean, that's just the effects of laughing gas. I
yeah.
don't know if that's general anesthesia or not,
That's true, that might just be laughing gas. Yeah. But
but
I
that's
feel like
either
there are
way.
some anesthesia ones. Yeah, because there's one that I saw, there was a kid that had, shoulder surgery, and he kept saying "fuck," and then they're like, "You gotta stop saying that." He's like, "Oh, they don't care." Then he got really upset because he thought the nurse was offended. Then he just kept apologizing to her, and he's like, "I hope you don't mind that I swear." He started to cry.
Well,
Uh,
good old I love those videos.
they're great.
All right, so next one in the same vein, how Tylenol kills pain. No, I didn't mean to rhyme that, but um, I'm just calling me Dr. Seuss. A layperson taking Tylenol to relieve pain might think it works like non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, which would be NSAIDs or NSAID, however the fuck you say it.
Yeah.
Such as ibuprofen, aspirin, which block enzymes and in turn the pain and inflammation causing chemicals that they produce. That is not the case. Acetaminophen,
Acetaminophen.
acetaminophen, whatever,
Yeah.
the active ingredient in Tylenol, seems to need specific chemical conditions to work on those enzymes. It does not appear to reduce inflammation as the NSAIDs do. Some researchers think that acetaminophen may alter the way pain is perceived. Wow. By interacting with certain proteins on nerve cells, possibly including serotonin receptors, cannabinoid receptors, opioid receptors, and specific channels on nerves in the spinal cord that transmit pain and itch signals. Acetaminophen byproducts have also been shown to activate these channels rather than shutting them down, further complicating this question.
Wow. That's wild. That it's just
Yeah,
like, well, we don't know how it works, but we're just gonna sell it like we know how it works. And it's just
yeah,
gonna, when you have any, after surgery or anything like that, how they always say, oh, just alternate ibuprofen and Tylenol,
right.
and then it's just like, well, why? Just do
Well,
it.
now you can take them together.
Yeah. Oh, you can.
Yeah, they sell one pill that is both in the same pill.
Oh, yeah. Well, like that's true because like the migraine stuff, like Excedrin migraine, I think it's got acetaminophen and
Aspirin.
ibuprofen.
It's got aspirin in it.
Is that what it is? Aspirin and ibuprofen or aspirin
Yeah,
and okay.
aspirin and acetaminophen.
Yeah. Or as
But
my buddy Don called it, acetaminophen.
acetaminophen. Wow,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. 'Cause he's reading
But
a
now no,
bottle and
they
he's like,
sell
yeah.
Tylenol and Motrin together
Oh, okay.
in one pill. So it's ibuprofen, Tylenol in one.
I tell you what, with if I don't have Excedrin migraine at the house and we don't have any Midol in the house because I love Midol for migraines. I will just I'll do that. I'll do, and I don't know if I should or not, but I do 2 Advil and 2 Tylenol. Take them both at the same time, and if it hurts
Yeah,
really bad, I do 3 of each. And I know I'm probably destroying my liver as I do it, but, I mean, it's not like I do it routinely. It's just if all else fails, if I've got nothing, um, Autumn's got excuse me, migraine stuff in her, uh she's got, like, a big old treasure chest of medicine, but if I usually forget that she's got it. And like I said, I just take both. I'm like, hopefully this works. Because when I have a headache, I am desperate.
yeah. It's I forget what they called it, but yeah, it's like equivalent to like Oxycontin or something like that. If you do it
Uh,
like that,
oh, okay.
like a real
Sometimes it,
heavy pain reliever.
yeah. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
I tell you, lately, I've just been, like I said, if I feel like it's a migraine coming on or just a really bad headache, I just get in and get Izzy's Midol and pop 2 Midol, and usually it's gone rather quickly.
That's crazy.
Yep. And it helps my period cramps too. I shouldn't joke on period cramp. I couldn't live. I don't know how women do that. I have no idea how they
Right.
can go through days of that stuff. I mean, I've basically gone my whole life. Well, I'm sure you have to. When you grow up. I grew up with what? Well, I guess you didn't have any sisters, did you?
No.
Yeah. So I've had older sisters. So as long as I can remember, I've had to deal with women in the family and the monthlies. So, I've seen it for many years, and I would not wish that on anybody, and I have a profound respect for women when they have to deal with the cramps. Because even when I have poop cramps, I'm miserable. So,
Right.
I couldn't imagine what those feel like.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So let's go to number 5. So scientists don't know why we sleep. So too
That's
little sleep.
crazy.
That is crazy. I feel like it's just, it's just, I don't know. All right. Well, let's see what they say instead of me just groaning here. Too little sleep impairs thinking in the short term and increases the risk of several serious diseases in the long term, while complete sleep deprivation is fatal. We may have evolved to sleep because it aids healing, memory consolidation, and other important processes, but we still have much to learn about the ways sleeping achieves these ends. Other roles for sleep, like conserving energy during times when it wouldn't be advantageous to be awake, for example, during scorching hot days in Death Valley, well, that's weird, have been
Yeah.
proposed as well. At least for now, we don't have a single conclusive answer to the question of why we sleep, but no matter how sleeping arose, we can probably accept that it provided a substantial evolutionary advantage once in place, since sleep is found across much of the animal kingdom. That's wild. I mean, it
That
just
is
feels
wild.
like it's like a brain thing. That's what I just always assume that it's just like, okay, my brain just needs to shut down. You
I mean,
know,
all of it is crazy when you start to think about, and I know I brought this up before and you were just like, no, I don't want to have this conversation. But when you start thinking about how, we're all just the brain, right?
ugh. Well, well, yeah. I mean, well, not just a brain.
But that's what's if the brain is inactive, the body's inactive.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, yeah, we are pretty much
The
okay.
brain is the person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And the brain, without it named itself, that's number one. That's the one thing that always blows my mind is that it decided what it was called. And every one of them out there was just like, yeah. You
Well,
know what I
that's how
mean?
you
Like,
can say that with any word, though.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like somebody said, "We're gonna call this the brain." That's what I've always that is one thing that it's like, how did like who was it? Who was it that said that's a brain? All right. Well, that's what we're gonna call it. Like, this is your heart. Like, why is it not called you know, just a weird, I don't know, like just another word, like I just like who was the person?
I
Like,
mean, no matter what happens, everything is weird in retrospect when you look at it and you're like, "Oh, my name's Deej and
mhm,
I'm going to say, "Hey, I'm going to make this noise at you and say, "Hey, I want you to say this noise and I'm going to answer."
yeah. Like to go from
And
the alleged cavemen that, grunted and drew pictures on walls to, yeah, like how did any language just become, and why are there different languages?
right, yeah, see that thought process traipses the line between religion and non-religion.
I was just getting ready to say that, but I didn't want to get all religious-y.
But no, that I mean that's the
But yeah,
truth
I
of it.
agree.
That's
That is.
if you look up languages and how they came to be, it all has to do with the Tower of Babel story in the Bible. That's where it comes
Mhm,
from.
mhm,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whether or not here's the thing. Here's my thing, and this is all I'm going to say on the matter. When it comes to religion, religion and history aren't those things still happen. Okay, whether or not they had magical properties to them like the Bible says they do or not. These these events, it wasn't like there was just nothing going on.
mhm,
You know what I mean? Even back when Jesus supposedly walked the earth, there it wasn't nothing happening. So if the Tower of Babel might have been a real thing,
might,
and you know what I mean? I'm not saying
yeah,
it was or wasn't. I'm just saying that it might
yeah,
have been.
yeah,
And
might, yeah,
but the reason for it being destroyed and languages being split across, countries and all that shit is might not be that reason. It might just be, the general way that it happened. But still, it's very weird.
mhm,
It's extremely weird to think that there's people out there who do not understand English whatsoever.
Yeah.
The same way that they think it's weird that we don't understand Arabic or Russian or
Yeah.
whatever. And you have to learn it, which is
Mm.
fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
But I digress. It's weird. There's a lot
It
of
is weird.
weird shit that happens out there. And the same thing with like, did you know that we don't know how the Earth got its name?
No.
We don't know who fucking came up with that,
Well, like I
which is
said, yeah, I mean,
crazy.
yeah. Well, like I said, we can say that about almost every single thing. Almost, like a lot of the words that are created. You can say, well, like I said, with brain, who called it the brain? Who said, "This is the brain. This is this is what it is, and everyone's gonna listen to me or listen to us." Yeah, like Earth. Who said, we're gonna call this Earth.
Right. And then I
Yeah,
heard
like
a stand-up comedian, Kyle Cease was his name. Wild comedian, but but one of the most sensical things he ever said was like, what would happen if aliens came down here and they showed us where they were from, and they're like, "Oh, you're from Saturn,"
mhm.
and they're like,
Yeah,
"That's not fucking Saturn. That's
yeah,
like," and they had some other crazy shit name for it. And we're like, "Oh, we
yeah,
call it Saturn," and they're like, "On our planet, Saturn means poop." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and then they think it's an insult or some shit.
yeah.
Like, we
Oh,
don't know. Same thing with like whenever, like, I think he was talking about buying. Have you ever seen someone buy a star for someone?
yeah, I've seen commercials for it and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't fault anybody out there who owns a star or says
Yeah,
that they own a star, has paperwork that claims that they own a star, whatever. You know what I mean? That's fine. I'm not trying to discount that happening, but it's fucking dumb.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Because what happens if you own part of a constellation, and what happens if we do have an extraterrestrial visitor someday, and they're like, "Hey, well, you came here from my star, right? That
Yeah,
star's named Dave."
yeah,
And they're like, "You fuck you!" Like, it ain't fucking Dave.
yeah,
Like, that's horseshit. You can't own that. That's my.
yeah,
I built that star. Like, you don't fucking know.
yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
we're claiming shit that we can't claim yet. Like,
Oh god, no. Nope, not even close.
so that's the brain is
Like,
interesting.
the brain is very interesting.
I saw somewhere too while I was researching a little bit, like placebo effect, which isn't on this list, I don't think.
Oh, the old placebo, yeah.
But like, why does that work?
Mhm,
You know what I mean? How do you trick your brain? Be like, I'm gonna take this sugar pill and it's gonna get rid of my foot pain, and it fucking works.
mhm. Yeah, like I said, the brain is a fickle bitch.
Not even that, but you can literally fool it. And you're
Mhm.
and another thing I heard a comedian say, maybe it was a comedian, I'm not sure, but dreams.
Oh, yeah,
If
that's in
there's
here too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in one of them. I think it's in the Vox one. It's like scientists don't know why we dream. And
Yeah,
like
but dreams
what
are
are they?
like you're fucking fooling yourself every night.
Uh-huh.
Your brain's like, "Ha, check this shit out. Check out what I can come up with and make you believe that it happened." Like,
And how about you when now you get reruns too? Like I get to say like there's one dream that I know I've had at least 7 or 8 times. Same exact setting, same thing, same everything. And it's like I've already had this dream. Like I said, I'm into reruns. I'm into syndication when it comes to my dreams.
syndication.
Yeah. It's like
Wow.
I've already know this one. Because it's this weird one where I'm at this really big house and it's got this humongous basement that's got all these different like settings in this basement. Like one, there's like a floral bedroom, and then you walk over, and then it's like a darkly painted room. And then you come across over and there's a place with a fireplace. And then it's like I said, I've had it like I don't know, like I said, easily 6, 7 times. Easily.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's like nobody's house. I don't do anything there. It's just I walk around this basement of this big ass house.
So bizarre. And
Yeah.
it wasn't until I saw Doctor Strange that I ever considered that, yeah, maybe we're taking trips into parallel universes. I don't know what's out there. I'm an agnostic thinker, and I have always been that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I grew up going to church and learning about things, and the more I grew up, the more I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
why are we there's way more to it than we are led on to believe.
Oh
You
my
know,
god, yeah.
whether it be, this is all the Matrix or, I don't really have a specific belief in anything particularly
Mhm.
than, like, something is weird,
Right.
and we may never know the answer to that.
I don't think we ever will.
Or we will when we die, you know what I mean? I don't
Ooh,
know.
yeah, that's true.
I have absolutely 0 idea, but, like, I tend to believe that, the dimensions would be real. It makes sense that they're real.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, deja vu is a fucking weird phenomenon.
Oh, it is. It's
It
so
weirds me the
weird when
fuck out,
it's so creepy when it happens.
and, like, it is inexplicable.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? There's nothing there's theories, sure,
Yeah.
but, like, how? How is that happening? How
Mm.
are you somewhere that you've been before or know like, you get that feeling like, "What the fuck? Like, I've
Yeah.
been here before."
Yep.
Or like Sheila, she told me she had a dream she was working at Danone years before she was there.
Ew. That's wild.
Yeah, like same uniforms in the filler room, whole dream about it.
That's wild.
And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what is connecting,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, for the world to be like that?
Mhm.
That you can just like look ahead in the future and be like, here's a snapshot,
Yep.
and
I
that's
mean,
crazy shit.
yeah. I mean, now that we know that UFOs are real and all this other stuff, it just makes you think that, there's just so much out there that we don't know. We're
Sure.
kind of, most people are just so singular minded, simple minded when it comes to that, to think that, I don't know, it's weird. I don't usually get all deep into this stuff. That's why I'm having a hard time trying to formulate a sentence. But
Well,
it's
yeah,
it's
there's a lot involved, and
you
and
know,
you don't know what's pulling the strings.
yeah. Like it just I love watching those videos of the what's that called? The James Webb
Oh,
telescope
yeah.
that's taking pictures of like galaxies like millions of miles away. I just love that shit. And then when you see the things of all the other planet, I mean, yeah, I understand definitely more than likely no life on any of the planets in our solar system, but I mean, do we really, really know that? I mean, we're pretty sure, but still, just seeing the pictures of like Jupiter, like up close, I was just watching a video of Mars. The little thing that's driving around took a picture of the sunset on Mars, and I'm like, that is just so cool,
It is cool.
you know.
Maybe and there might not be life on in our solar system, sure. I mean, I feel like that's pretty you have to be in that
Yeah,
to harbor life, you have to be in that Goldilocks zone, but there's
yeah,
so much evidence out there of other shit that there is no information
mm-hmm,
because of conditioning, social conditioning.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like in Armada.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, why that's why we don't know the information because we ain't ready to know it, like,
yep, yep. That's why I
maybe there
wish.
is more to it.
Yeah, that's why I wish a UFO would just land, just talk to us for a little bit, you know.
And the craziest part is that, like, um, if a UFO did land, let's
Mm-hmm,
say tomorrow, you know what I mean? Are the people that would go to it are, like, not who you'd think. Like, they
mm-hmm.
have specific designed people, not I guess not designed people, but designated people to go to this thing.
Like, I'm assuming like Area 51 people.
No, like a language expert, like a
Oh,
foreign
really?
language expert and like
Oh,
like a or a language historian.
oh,
Um, just different, different types of communications people because we don't know
mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen. We could walk up to them and they could be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like, and they
Yeah,
talk English,
yeah.
or they could talk in a whole different language. Like,
It could be like Mars attacks, and they just come in and just start vaporizing everybody.
Yeah, because of they like let a dove go or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
never know like what is
Yeah.
going on. But in the same aspect, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just
I
weird.
I always like the line that Tommy Lee Jones says in Men in Black when they talk about aliens are actually walking around.
Yeah,
And then like Will Smith says to Tommy Lee Jones, he's like, well, person's smart, they can, they can relate. And how he'd say it, Tommy Lee Jones was like, he's like, a person is smart. He said, but people together are dumb, irrational, and overreact. And that's that. I mean, it feels like that's the truth. You get a group of people, yeah, and it would be, mass hysteria,
sure.
because you get them all clumped up into one, and all it'll take is for one or two weirdos to just start flipping shit, and then everyone's gonna flip shit. Where if it's just a one-on-one thing, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, that's not
Might
you're
not be
not
that bad.
you're not too far off on on that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know why I always remembered that line, but it kinda fit because it's like,
Now
yeah,
we remember the truths.
yeah, yep,
Crazy.
it is crazy.
All
So,
right, number 6.
yeah.
now, now that we got nice and deep,
Uh,
is it me or you? Oh, it's me.
I don't yeah, I think it's you.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, number 6. Why only some thunderstorms produce tornadoes? So, a standard explanation of how tornadoes form is that they are spawned when cold, dry air mingles with the warm, humid air. And that's how we justify the fact that Tornado Alley in the central United States, where Arctic air from the Southwest, and air from the Gulf of Mexico mix, has so many tornadoes. But that's not the whole story. These conditions do create more thunderstorms, but not all thunderstorms include tornadoes, and scientists are not sure why. In some cases, tornadoes form or may form. Oh my God. Tornadoes may form where when there are temperature changes in the air flowing downward around mesocyclones, vortexes within the types of storms that tornadoes can form from. This idea has theoretical and experimental support, but even without these temperature variations, tornadoes can still form, demonstrating how much more we have to learn about the phenomenon.
See, now I always was told, not by scientists, but the reason that we get, pretty much no tornadoes. I mean, we've had one touchdown in the last, what, 50 years here in central PA, the
Yeah,
one that like actually like caused damage.
right. The Parker
And
Dam one, is that what you're
the
talking
Parker
about?
Dam one, yeah. And I was always told that a lot of it was because of how we're like a mountain range. We're in I guess we would be considered portions, kind of was it the Appalachian Mountains, but how hilly we are
Yeah.
that
Well, yeah,
in
that's the truth.
In Tornado Alley, it's all just flat land. So you not only do you have the mixtures, but you don't have as much obstacles to have to form a tornado.
Right. Yeah, like I always tell my daughters because they always get worried about tornadoes because they're children.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
I used to too.
and I say like the tornado would have to form right in front of our house
Mhm.
for it to do sufficient damage because
Yeah.
they can't go over hills.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
always tell you, to go lay in a ditch if you have a
Yeah.
tornado
Yeah.
because it's not going to do anything.
Did you guys do tornado warnings in school? Tornado
Yeah, very
drills?
very few, but we
Yeah.
did do them.
Run out in the hallway, put a book over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That was pretty much shortly after the Parker Dam thing. I think it freaked people out around here, for a couple years because, we were all I guess it was one of those you were always told, "No, you don't have to worry about tornadoes here because of all the hills and mountains and everything." But then Parker Dam did its thing and, freaked people out. Freaked
Right.
me out. I was scared to death for years of tornadoes. Still
I
am
was
now.
fascinated by them, growing up, but I
Mhm.
not so much anymore.
Oh, yeah, I don't really give What was that? There was a couple years ago, I remember we had really bad tornado warnings.
Yeah, I was working
It
at
was
Domino's and the sky turned fucking green.
Yeah, I think I still have pictures on my phone
It was
because
crazy.
we were just getting out of work. It must have been, like, late, like, about 4:30, 5 o'clock. We were getting the warnings, and my daughter kept calling me, and, Autumn was calling me and being like, "Izzy really wants you to come home because she's scared to death," and I'm like, "Oh, it's fine," and I looked at the sky, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's a weird shade." Yeah, like you said, it was, like, a really weird color.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was very green, and I was out there taking deliveries still, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, it's all over the place," and, like, the
Ah,
clouds coming in were fucking crazy.
yeah. If this is the same time, it was October 2nd, 2018.
Yep, that makes
Yep,
sense, that checks
yep.
out.
'Cause I got 2 pictures of me going home of how weird the skies were. Yep.
Interesting.
So that was in October. Huh.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
when
thinking
they
that was
start picking up at the end of fall,
Yeah.
or in
Yeah,
the middle of fall.
tornadoes are a crazy little bastard. So,
I was
alright.
in a
Oh,
hurricane, I think, when I was in
were you?
Daytona Beach, Florida.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we were down there, and then, like, all of a sudden, like, the water have you ever been to Daytona Beach?
No.
Well, it's just like any other beach, I guess, but we park on the sand, you know what I mean?
Oh,
And the
okay.
water came all the way up to our car, and we were like, "Holy fuck." Like,
Jesus.
and they're like, "Hey, the eye of the hurricane is forming right over Daytona Beach, so you guys need to fucking bounce." I was like, "Oh,
God
shit."
damn. That's scary. Yeah, no, every time I was at Florida, yeah, and it was just hotter than hell. I don't know how people can live in Florida.
No, it's so humid down there, it's
God.
ridiculous.
Like, even walking on the grass, like, it hurt. Like, barefoot on the grass. No. Yeah,
Yeah,
just so stinking hot. No
too much.
way.
Just like wild gators just roaming.
Yeah. Big ass
Just nuts.
bugs. I remember huge bugs too.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
No, it isn't.
Alright, hit him with
Yeah.
7 there, buds.
All right. Why we itch. So, at a basic level, itch is an unpleasant sensation that triggers the urge to scratch. Scratching could end up making an itch worse, but it may also serve a purpose. Mechanical itch, the kind triggered when fine hairs on your body are disturbed, may alert you to the presence of biting insects or parasites, and scratching could brush them away. The hypothesis, Jesus, hypothesis is difficult to test, and it doesn't cover chemical itch caused by histamine and other scratch provoking substances. Long after you've missed your chance to brush a mosquito off your skin, histamine in the itchy bump it has left behind continues to compel you to scratch. Whether this type of itching serves a purpose or is simply an incidental activation of the itch system isn't conclusively known.
Hmm.
So you got a mechanical itch and a chemical itch. So we have two different types of itches.
Yeah, so the chemical would be like an allergic reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, itches suck. Unless you get it and then it's gone. But like, yeah, like bug bite itches and yeah, like rashes and shit like that. No.
Huh.
That's weird though.
That is
But I mean,
weird. Never
they at
really
least
thought about it.
I guess it's more why we itch, because I was like, well, they got it figured out, what to cure it, but I guess it's still, well, why?
Yeah,
Huh.
I never really thought about that.
No, me neither.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like this because this is exactly what I do. I just constantly think of like, why do we do that?
Yeah. And then you usually ask me, and I'm just like, I don't know, we just do.
That's not good enough of an answer for me.
No, it really isn't.
All right, let's see. Number 8, how we age. Despite what many beauty experts claim, no one really has aging figured out. Reactive chemicals called free radicals are often blamed, but they're not the sole cause of aging. And our cells have numerous ways to help keep damage caused by excess free radicals to a minimum. Shortening of the telomeres?
I don't know. I've
Telomeres.
never heard that. Yeah. We'll say telomeres.
The protective caps of DNA at the ends of each chromosome is another frequently cited cause of aging, but it is not the only factor. Numerous other contributors to aging have been discovered, but no single factor explains all or even most of the aging process, making this a difficult question to answer. So,
I don't.
all right.
That's another one I've never really given it a thought. It's just I just figure, you just get older and things just start to sag and doesn't keep its consistency. I guess we could call it.
Imagine we didn't though.
And
Imagine people lived for thousands of years.
oof,
The
uh,
amount of overpopulation would be
ugh,
ungodly.
it would be. There's just too many people.
Crazy.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I got nothing more on that. It's weird.
I don't really either. So we got number 9, why we laugh. So laughter, like crying, may have developed as a social tool. Laughter doesn't appear to be a uniquely human behavior, and it may not even be limited to primates. Rats produce laughter when tickled. Wow, for example, and many other social animals, such as dolphins. PDF? The fuck's that? Oh, it must be. Is that a picture of a dolphin?
Probably like a document about
Yeah,
dolphins
maybe.
laughing. That's fucking weird.
Such as dolphins make specific sounds associated with play fighting that have likened to laughter. I guess there's another paragraph. A leading hypothesis. Why am I always one saying hypothesis? For why we laugh is that laughter promotes pro social behavior by letting playmates know that the fighting is just a game. But even if our interpretations of these behaviors are correct, it's possible that humans evolved different uses for laughter over our evolutionary splits with other animal species, making the reason for human laughter another open question.
Yeah, I can't
That's,
imagine a world with no laughing.
ugh, that would be rough.
It's so weird.
Sometimes laughing just feels so fucking good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I took a I all right, so I clicked on that thing and it's just a picture. It says Dolphin Communication Project. And it says nothing here. It looks like nothing was found at this location. All right.
All
It's
right.
just a lady swimming with dolphins. That's
I mean,
weird though that it said that rats produced laughter.
again, these scientists and the rats, you know what I mean? Just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, why don't we tickle them? Like,
Yeah.
I want to be a part of a study group. I want it. I want to be a part of a study group that is
Yeah.
trying to discover new things about humans via rats.
Yeah.
Why are rats the ones that are being used?
It's always rats. Yeah. Mice and rats are
What the
always
fuck? Is it because
yeah.
they're abundant?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Is it because that people don't care about them as much?
Maybe. Because you hear, if you heard them say that they did this shit to monkeys, it's very, disturbing. Not tickling them. I mean, that'd be a fun project to do. But
Right.
but I wonder if these are the same rats that got tickled as the ones that got air up their assholes.
Are their testicles scraped?
Yeah, and their testicles got scraped. Yeah.
It's like, God
Scraping.
damn it, you sprayed air up my ass, you scraped my testes, now you're tickling me. Fuck you. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
hopefully it's not the same rat that got all 3 done at the same time.
He's like, well, this rat won't fornicate. What do we do next? Tickle it.
Tickle it.
Tickle it. Tickle the shit out of it.
Let's put some oxygen up its asshole. Let's see what happens.
Deprave it of oxygen, then blow air up the ass. See what
Yep.
happens. See if it
Yep.
survives. Like,
Then-
why?
Then once it's alive, then you tickle it. It's like, hey, we're glad you're alive. Tickle, tickle. All right, there, you're good.
Like, oh my God, it's laughing. Like, write that down. Write that
So
down. Put it in a
weird.
study. Throw it on the internet.
Oh my god.
Like, we're gonna get a Nobel Peace Prize for this. Except he said it in Japanese.
Oh.
All right. We probably got time for maybe one or two more. Depends on how much we decide to talk about it. Because then I got to go.
Right.
All right, number 10. How and why animals migrate back to their birthplaces? Humans do this too. I've noticed. Everybody always
Yeah.
comes back.
Usually. Yeah, not usually, but yeah, it does happen.
Yeah, a lot of people always end up inevitably back here. Some, wherever they're from.
Yeah.
Anyway, some animals migrate to the sites of their birthplace just to mate, a practice known as natal philotropy.
Philopatry? Natal.
Philopatry, yeah, with stunning precision. Female
Ooh.
Antarctic fur seals, for example, can return to within one body length of their exact birthplace to breed. Holy fuck.
Ew.
That's wild.
Wow.
But how do they get there after months or years away? One possibility is that some migratory animals navigate by sensing variations in the Earth's geomagnetic field. While this makes sense given that some migratory animals, such as sea turtles, are known to be highly sensitive to these variations, it has not been conclusively demonstrated that they navigate this way. Other
Hmm.
creatures, such as Pacific salmon, may use smell to direct them toward their breeding grounds. These fish have been known to have been shown experimentally to be able to home in on chemical cues from water in which they developed into adults. Wow.
That's wild.
Which is even crazier that it's even residual enough because aren't salmon waters like very heavy current?
Yeah, because isn't the salmon, aren't they the ones that go downstream, but then they turn around and go upstream
Yeah, how the
when
fuck
they're
does
when
that
they're
work?
yeah, because then that's when the
Chemical
bears always get them.
cues? Jeez. These chemical breadcrumbs would not be detectable across the vast ocean, meaning that even if the salmon use them to navigate, they must also have a way to direct themselves close enough to the source to smell them. The complete mechanisms behind natal philotropy, even in this well-studied case, are still unknown.
Hmm.
There we
Damn.
go.
Yeah.
We might be able to get through both these last ones.
Yeah. Number 11, we've already done. Talked about dreams. What dreams are
Right.
for. Yeah. I mean, I guess I can read it here real quick. If the question of why we sleep is complicated, the question of why we dream is even more so. Dreaming, especially with vivid, fanciful dreams, is most correlated with rapid eye movement sleep, which itself is poorly understood. One thought is that dreaming evolved to help us sort out or rehearse solutions to problems in our waking lives, but there is no hard evidence that this is the case. Although our dreams may feel significant to us, it's also possible that they serve no purpose. They may simply be a byproduct of other processes that occur during REM sleep. Studying the neurological basis of the strange and highly subjective experience of dreaming is complicated, which is why understanding the origin of dreaming is still beyond our grasp. Yeah, dreams are just some of the wildest things.
I know. They'll have you doing the craziest shit and then have you
Yep.
be like, this is normal.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, some of them are just like, how some of them are so real. Like, you wake up and you're like, "Yeah, that I feel like that really happened."
Yeah.
But then
Or how
some
some of
you
them can affect you.
Yeah.
Like wet dreams. That's fucked up to me.
Oh,
I don't understand how that happens.
oh, yeah, that
How
was
can you how can you climax in your sleep without even touching
yeah.
yourself?
Well, we're men. It
But
doesn't
what
take
the
much.
fuck?
I
Is
know.
that not insane?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't do that outside of dreams.
yeah. That's just so yeah. My poor mom, all my tidy whities that had had that all going on there.
Have you ever had a non-sexual wet dream?
Oh, hell, I don't know. I can't even really remember any of what those were.
Dude, I can tell you, we're all friends here. So,
This is just between you and me and, and the
and the rest of the
microphone.
airwaves.
Yeah.
But listen, I'll tell you that this is completely non-sexual. All right, except for the fact that it resulted in a wet dream. So, for absolutely zero reason at all, there was a raging party going on out in my backyard.
Ooh, when you said raging, I thought you were gonna say
No,
a raging boner.
no, there was a
Okay.
rage in my dream. There was a huge party going on in the backyard.
Okay.
Okay, I knew everybody. Everybody that I ever knew was there.
Mhm.
And there was just I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I was like, all right, let's do this. And the weirdest part is that there was a girl there that I knew in high school, and
Mhm.
her name was Alexis. But
Oh,
in the
okay.
dream, her name was Margot.
Huh.
Okay, but I didn't. But even weirder is that in the dream, I knew her name was Alexis, but she was calling herself Margot, but I couldn't say Margot. I kept calling her Garmo. And I don't know if there's any relevance to that, but I said, get out of the way, Garmo. I need to get to that house up there. And I looked up and there was a gigantic house in the sky.
Oh.
And I thought, all right. So next thing I know, I'm standing at the front door of this house, a house in which I've never seen before. Just a normal house in the sky. And I knew as soon as I got to the front door that there was a bunch of really angry grandmas.
Oh my God.
Behind that door.
Jesus.
And if I were to go in that door, they were going to be pissed. So I knocked on the door, and a old woman who I've never seen before answers the door and said, "You're in trouble." And she motions behind me. And I look behind me, and I'm standing. All I see is like a four-way crossroad that meets in the middle.
Okay.
Like forms a big X. And one of the roads leads right up to the doorway of that house. And I look, and it's just filled with cops.
Oh, cops.
Cops.
Oh, I thought you said cocks.
No, like policemen.
Policemen, okay.
All of them have their lights on, and I know they're all coming from me. And I totally have a panic attack. I lay down on the porch and just blow all over the front porch.
Oh, my God.
I woke up to a mess.
I can't do this. I can't do this show.
I have absolutely no idea why that happened. I will never forget it.
Wow. So it was a combination of Garmo, old ladies, and cops will just make you just jizz all over the place.
I was so confused. I was like, why?
Wow.
I still will never forget that.
Well, obviously not. Now, I can't remember any dreams that when I woke up. And are we 100% sure you weren't, jerking it while you were sleeping?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I just woke up and was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, and that it took me a minute to realize what happened. Like, I started moving around and was like, oh my God. Like, why?
Oh my God. I can't. I just can't.
I have nothing else to say about that one.
I've got nothing else to say either.
Number 12 is about turbulence and how we don't know how turbulence works.
Wow. Whew. Holy shit. Angry grandmas and cops. Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
Oh.
Now, it's not the only time it's ever happened, but the other times have been sexual, obviously. Growing up, that happens. But that one, weird.
That one, yeah.
Real fucking weird. And it was so bizarre that I knew, I still remember it. That was probably 20 years ago.
Yeah. I can't. I got nothing to say. I can't. Every time I start laughing, I start coughing.
That's all right. I gotta go get Westman anyway.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna go.
Buzz is on the other line, dying of laughter.
All
right, folks.
Say your goodbyes for me.
All right, folks. That's I don't know if he's telling me to say goodbyes to you or goodbyes to him, but we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, bye.
This is the end of the show. You made it, who would have known? We thank you deeply for listening along. Tune in next week for another one. As always, it's been a really fun time. We'll be back again, we're ineffably sublime. Every Tuesday, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in next week for another one. next week for another one.